So we read an informative text called Who Works in a Hospital? Now let's answer the questions on the following pages. These are on pages 170 and 171. First, I will read the questions, then you can pause the video to answer them, and then press play when you're ready for me to go over them. Number 1. What is the meaning of the word patience? Write what patience means based on the clues in the sentence. Many patients, the people who need to see a doctor, come in every day. Number 2. What is the meaning of the phrase medical staff in paragraph 2? A. People who keep files or plans. B. People who treat the sick. C. People who keep things clean. D. People who prepare meals. Number 3. Read these sentences from paragraph 2 of the passage. Doctors must examine to find the best way to make them better. They check each patient's temperature and heartbeat. They also ask lots of questions. What does the word examine mean? A. To make plans for. B. To do surgery. C. Give medicine to. D. Check over carefully. Number 4. The following question has 2 parts. First, answer part A. Then answer part B. Part A. Use the chart to write the clues for the phrase hospital workers. Write the phrase in the first box. After you write the clues, write what you think the phrase means. Part B. What is the goal of all hospital workers? A. To check that the patients are getting better. B. To give the patients the care they need to get better. C. To check each patient's temperature and heartbeat. D. To keep files about the doctor's plans. Go ahead and press pause and do the best you can. Okay, let's go over the questions. For number 1, we need to figure out the meaning of the word patience by looking at the sentence they've given us. This is the sentence they've given us. It says, many patients, the people who need to see a doctor, come in every day. If you notice, there is a phrase in between 2 commas right here. This phrase is explaining to us what this word means. Many patients, the people who need to see a doctor, come in every day. So, the meaning of the word patience is all the words that follow that word. So the answer is the people who need to see a doctor. Number 2. What is the meaning of the phrase medical staff in paragraph 2? I'm going to give you a big hint. If it tells you which paragraph to look at, we should go ahead and look. So turn back to the text to paragraph 2. Remember, we're trying to figure out what medical staff means. Let's read. The hospital medical staff is made up of teams of doctors and nurses. Doctors must examine patients to find the best way to make them better. They check each patient's temperature and heartbeat. They also ask lots of questions. Then doctors think up plans to make each patient better. Some patients will need special medicine. Other patients may need to have an operation. A person who is sick or hurt must stay in the hospital for a few days. Okay, now that we've looked over paragraph 2, now let's see if it's fresh on our mind and can help us answer the question. So what do medical staff do? Do they keep files of plans? I didn't read that when I read that second paragraph over, so let's keep going. People who treat the sick. I did remember it talking about doctors and nurses and what they do to help them. But let's keep reading just in case. People who keep things clean. No, they didn't talk about that. People who prepare meals. And they also did not mention that. So the answer for number 2 is B. Number 3. Read these sentences from paragraph 2 of the passage. So this is the same, or this is part of the same passage I just read. So right now I'm not going to reread it. So let's go ahead and look at the question. What does the word examine mean? Let me go ahead and underline that word. So this is examine. Let's just reread that one sentence and let's see if we get a clue. Doctors must examine patients to find the best way to make them better. There may not be a lot of clues, so maybe I really should keep reading. They check each patient's temperature and heartbeat, and they also may ask lots of questions. Okay. Let's read all of our choices and see if we can figure out which one best fits the definition of examine. A. Make plans for. Would that make sense? Doctors must make plans for patients to find the best way to make them better? No, that kind of sounds silly because make plans for, it's like they're doing it twice. You can't make plans for patients to find out how to make them better. The plans are supposed to be making them better. So it'd be silly to say the same thing twice. So it's not A. Doctors must do surgery on patients to find out the best way to make them better? No, because what if surgery wasn't the right way to begin with? No, doctors don't do surgery to find out what needs to make us better. C. Give medicine to. Do doctors give us medicine to find out how to make us better? No, because the medicine is what makes us better. But how can they find out what needs to happen to make us better? Let's look at our last choice. Check over carefully. I'm thinking this might be a good choice because we do know that they check the temperature and the heartbeat of the patient, and they ask lots of questions. So by doing this, they're really checking up on the patients, aren't they? So I think the answer would be D. Check over carefully. Number 4, we need to figure out what the phrase hospital workers mean. So for phrase, you need to write hospital workers, just as part A says in your book. So you would write hospital workers here. And what clues do we know of what hospital workers are? Let's go back to the text. In paragraph 4 and 5, we learn a lot about hospital workers. At first, we learned a lot about hospital medical staff. Those are doctors and nurses. But we want to know about hospital workers. So we're going to look at paragraphs 4 and 5. Paragraph 4 says, there are other workers who help the hospital run smoothly. Some workers give x-rays to find out if someone has broken a bone. Others carry out tests to find out why a patient is sick. Some workers make healthy meals or keep hospital rooms clean. I see them talk about workers a lot. Some workers give x-rays, so I think that's a clue, right? So I would want to write down, give x-rays. Others, talking about other workers, so that's key, they carry out tests. So that's another thing. So far we have, they give x-rays, they carry out tests, and let's keep reading. Some workers, there's even more, make healthy meals. So that's another one. This is our third thing, our third clue, right? Make healthy meals. Or, so this is another one, number 4, keep hospital rooms clean. I'm going to use those 4 clues and I would write them down. So these are all from paragraph 4, and there were 4 clues. They give x-rays, carry out tests, they make healthy meals, and they keep hospital rooms clean. Those are the 4 clues I would write in this box right here. Now for the meaning. The meaning I think I can get from paragraph 5. Let's go back and take a look. Paragraph 5 says, hospital workers do many different jobs, but they all work together. And they work hard, and their goal is to give all patients the care they need. So, the meaning of hospital workers, I think it's that they do different jobs, right? They do many different things to take care of the patients. So that's what I would write here. Hospital workers do many different things to give patients what they need to get better. That's what I would write here. And now, let's move on to part B. What is the goal of all hospital workers? Goal is the thing they want to achieve at the end, right? What do they want to achieve? A, to check that the patients are getting better. I'm not sure about that one because I think that's a doctor and nurse's job. And there are medical staff, not a typical hospital worker. So I don't think it's A. B, to give the patients the care they need to get better. I seem to remember this phrase from the last paragraph. But just in case, let's keep looking. To check each patient's temperature and heartbeat. Oh, that's definitely the medical staff, right? So can't be C. And D, to keep files about the doctor's plans. No, I don't really think they talked about that much. So let's look back at B and let's see if we can find the answer. To give the patients the care they need to get better. Okay, let's see if I can find that in paragraph 5 where it talks about hospital workers. Oh, and it even says it right here. This is perfect. Their goal is to give all patients the care they need to get better. So this is exactly what we're looking for. We know that this is their goal because it says their goal is. So for part B, the answer is B. To give the patients the care they need to get better.